What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. All right, some breaking news, man. Doc Rivers is no longer the head coach of the Los Angeles Clippers, and I'm sorry, but he had to go. All right, he had to go. And shout out to Ticket TV for breaking this story. And the LDBC, um, he's been leading the charge as far as saying that look, Doc Rivers had to be held accountable for his past failures, man. And at the end of the day, he had to go. So, according to the article, according to Adrian Wojnarowski, the Clippers and Doc Rivers have parted ways. I think that this is probably a way for him to save face. He was going to be fired. Um, According to sources, there had been a disconnect between Doc Rivers and Steve Ballmer for the past week, um, and this was coming. This was coming for quite a while. And look, you gotta look at the record, man. All of the consistent, disappointing playoff failures that have occurred under his watch. Okay, the blown 3-1 lead in 2015 against the Houston Rockets team that Lob City version of the Clippers should have beaten. All right, they shouldn't have given up that lead. And this year was a fucking disgrace. Um, the Clippers right now should either still be in the Western Conference Finals or maybe even on their way to a finals appearance. If they had a really good, if they actually had an actual good coach, which Doc Rivers is not. The fact that they lost in the second round, the fact that they struggled against Dallas, is an embarrassment. Okay, he had to go. This guy has three. Well, just as a Clippers coach, two 3-1 leads blown in the playoffs. Do you know how hard it is to lose a 3-1 lead in the playoffs? I'm not saying it hasn't been done before, but usually the teams that come back from 3-1 are usually championship level teams. You know what I'm saying? The Houston Rockets, the Boston Celtics did against Philly some years ago. Um, you know, it's been several teams have done it. But when you have teams like the Nuggets and the Rockets, 2015 Rockets do it, that's not a good look. It's one thing to have the Lakers come back 3-1 against you, but the 2015 Rockets, not to mention his blown 3-1 lead when he was the coach of the Orlando Magic, and the blown 3-2 lead in 2010 finals when he was the coach of the Boston Celtics. Okay? Um, and I'm going to say it, man. A lot of people have been saying this. I've been defending Doc Rivers for quite a while, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people felt like it was the coaching staff around him, in particular Tom Thibodeau, that was really behind that 2018. And they won despite of Doc Rivers, not because of Doc Rivers, you know. And once he left, they never again won a championship. And let me say this too, man, because this gets on my fucking nerves. All right, I noticed somebody said something about, oh, uh, Ticket hating on the black man. Look, you know what, man? I'm so sick of you niggas with that bullshit, man. Let me tell you something. That's why a lot of people don't like talking about LeBron James. Because whenever somebody makes a good point about anything, like if somebody makes a good point about a guy's, coaching indeficiencies or whether a guy screwed up in the game, the first thing you motherfuckers do is run to the fucking race car. And I'm a black man. He's a black man. Oh man, you down in the brother. You down in the black man. But you down in us. We black motherfucker. The fuck are you talking about? And we're asking for him to be replaced by a better black coach, Mark Jackson. Ain't like we fucking sit up here and asking for a white coach to replace him. So what the fuck are you talking about? Y'all motherfuckers get on my fucking nerves, man. Doc Rivers had to go, man. What part is you not understanding? He'll be all right. He can go back into broadcasting or something. Work on his voice box, rest it. He can go back to broadcasting. Even though I don't think he was really a good one anyway. But he can go back into something. Analysis. He's good. He's gonna have a job. The NBA gonna take care of him. But he's not a good coach. The record speaks for itself. Like I said before, just because you have a winning record doesn't mean you're a great coach. You gotta look deeper. Like I said, Bill Fitch only had a 46% winning percentage. But you got to really look at why he's considered a top 10 all time coach. Because the teams he coached, horrible teams that he turned around. Then you got guys like D'Antoni who might have a winning record because he's coaching talent, but he doesn't maximize that talent. He suppresses it. So at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully, man, this can push the Clippers. They can have a year playing, together. They can get better. Um, One parallel I do want to bring up about the Clippers is this. I'm not saying they're the Miami Heat, but if you remember the first year, Miami, because of their talent alone, they were able to make it to the finals. But their chemistry wasn't right. You know what I'm saying? They didn't know who should be the leader. They weren't quite gelling on the court together, and that cost them against Dallas. But by the next finals appearance, 2012, they had figured out how to play together. So look, I'm not trying to make excuses for the Clippers. They still shouldn't have lost. But at the end of the day, chemistry is a big part of it. Hopefully next year, under a better coach, whoever it is, they will be a far better team. And who knows, man? Maybe Phil Jackson can come out of retirement. You know, I worry about Phil's health a little bit. I know he he started. I know he had surgery for a heart. He had a heart surgery a couple of years ago, but he's not that old. Phil's like what, 75, I think. That's not that old. You know what I'm saying? He's been retired for quite some time. Um, maybe he could be what is needed for this team. You know what I'm saying? He damn sure is going to improve this team overall as far as their performance and how they ready themselves, prepare themselves for, uh, you know, these games. You know what I'm saying? And I know he's going to demand more of leaders. You know what I'm saying? That's what he does good. That's what he's good at is, you know, um, mentally preparing guys for their roles on teams. And um, he's pretty much a damn like a psychiatrist or a psychologist, really both. But that's all I got to say, man. Tell me what you guys think.